Hey guys, thank you for coming for part two, which is my experience. Little disclaimer, please be aware that this is my experience. This is what happened to me. This is what I went through personally. This has nothing to do with anybody else. Everybody's going to be different. Nobody has the same experience doing the same thing. So, anyways, I'm going to jump right into it because just like my last video, it was only like 7 minutes long, so I don't want to waste it by ranting. So, anyways, during the time frame that I wanted to get this IUD put in, I was due for my yearly checkup, which is my yearly pap smear. And what that does, if you don't know, you can look it up, or I could just simply say that it is a female's yearly checkup to make sure that you are healthy. As far as any diseases, anything goes. So what I did is I had to make my pap smear visit, which I definitely recommend making sure that you have that done before you get this, which your doctor is probably going to want to do the same thing. Or say, oh, the sun's simmering down. Yay. Anyways, your doctor's probably going to suggest the same thing. So that's what I did. And you should always do a yearly exam, even if you're not doing an IUD. If you are sexually active, you should be doing that at least once a year. So after that was done, I came back healthy. Everything was fine. There was no issues. I scheduled the appointment for my insertion for the IUD. Now, you could do that immediately. There's two things that I was told by my doctor. One is when a female is on her menstrual, your cervix is open slightly, just a very, very little bit, and that's just so the clots in the blood, and sorry, it's gross, but you clicked it. If it's just like that's where your cramps come from, your cervix opens a little bit just to let that come out, and it's easier when your cervix is already open. So if you go get this done while you're toward the ending of your period, maybe like the 5th day, it'll be less painful because your cervix is already open. So that's one way, like one timing you could get it done, or then you could get it done when you have no period at all and they have to physically open your cervix, which can be really painful. I was actually on, I believe, my 5th day of my period. So I went in, and you schedule it a regular routine visit. It's non-surgical. You just go in like regular. They tell you to undress from your bottoms down, and you go up on the little foot pedals, and they go ahead, they put this thing in, and let me tell you, there's so many people, if you look at reviews of the IUD, many people say that it is very, very painful. Let me tell you that the pain lasted maybe 15 seconds. I don't want to say that it feels like labor pains because that's a little intense. Labor is bad. It's more like an uncomfortable feeling on the insides of you. Like, it's not like, oh, I bumped my toe, so the outside hurts, let me put ice. It's inside, so there's nothing you could do about it. Like I said, it is about 15 seconds. And then afterwards, you feel a little bit of pinching. They take out the stick, and you have a little bit of cramps for a few minutes. Now, this is my personal experience. Once again, disclaimer. After they took it out, I was sitting on the, like the little hospital bed thing, little doctor bed. And I was laying there. I laid there for about 5 minutes or so. I had no bottoms on, no nothing. I was just laying there with the little blanket over me just to collect myself because I still did have my regular period. It wasn't very heavy. Like I said, it was the ending, but I did have cramps, and they were severe cramps. Anything like your cramps, imagine that pain. They say times 10. I say, maybe times 5. It's not as intense as they said that it would be for me. So afterwards, I had gotten up, I got dressed. I did feel a little bit of crampy, but it was nothing that I couldn't get through the day. Now, on my own personal level, I came home. I was fine. I cooked dinner. I did everything. I showered. I was still bleeding a little bit. I did not use a tampon. They did tell me that I could use a tampon. I refused to. I didn't want to, just in case, because from the IUD, there's little strings. I believe it's 2 strings that hang down from it, and that's what the doctors are going to grab to pull it out when you get it removed. So I didn't want them to still be stiff and like clip on to the tampon and then like pull it out. Like that was all in my head because I was new at it also. They said that would not be the case, but I just didn't do it. Now I'll use tampons, but I was using pads, and then that was done. I did have like spotting bleeding. Now we're into like 3 days. I did have spotting here and there. It would go away. I would spot again. It would go away. Some people have been mentioning a brown gritty discharge. I did not have that. Some people do get it. I didn't. But the spotting, I'm still getting spotting. And this, right now, I'm on my first period with this IUD put in, which puts me at about a month's timing since IUD insertion. I really don't get any cramps, except for like lately, the last couple of days I've been getting cramps, but like regular period cramps. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that my period comes to almost a complete end, because personally I dislike getting it, which I'm sure many women do. However, it is very healthy to get a period. So right now, with this period, which is my first since spotting, I am kind of crampy. If I sit in one place for too long, it is uncomfortable. I don't feel the IUD inside. Ever since I got it put in, the minutes after, I didn't feel like I had anything in. But one main thing that I did experience is when I would urinate after I got this put in, I would feel as if I had a bladder infection. Like if my body was done peeing, I still felt like I had to pee. So it was very uncomfortable, and it was like a burning sensation. That only lasted a couple days, so that's not that big of a deal. But just a heads up on that. So far, that's really all that I can tell you guys about what's going on. That's only in a month's timing. If I missed anything, which I'm sure I did, because I'm just winging it, leave your questions down below, and I will either I'll reply to all of them, and I'm sure other people who watch this video will also be able to ask questions and reply to your questions. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll look forward to your comments and questions, and that's all. So I will be doing another update maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll do every month, just to see if there's any changes or anything, better. So, okay, well, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be tons more updates, and that'll be it. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.